Okay. Hello, guys. I'm here. Ooh, ooh, that is a coffee right there. I tried to try something off of Pinterest, and I'm trying to be a little lower today, guys, because my videos, it just seems like it just be coming out so loud. So I got a shaking espresso today with oat milk, one cup of mocha, and cinnamon powder. I got it off of Pinterest because I wanted to. I'm tired of drinking the same thing. It is not. It's not sweet. It's like straight espresso. I did want to take another nap, but clearly I'm not. So we're gonna make you do what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. But we are here for a loving marriage, and I hope y'all can hear me. I just don't want to scream because I be like excited and passionate about my videos, and they become when I be rewatching them to edit them, it be coming back so loud. So if y'all watch this video or watch another video, let me know how the volume is because maybe it's the microphone I have now. I just don't know. So I'm gonna just try to keep a mellow tone and hope that works for me. But when we get to Martell, I can't make no promises about keeping a mellow tone. So this is Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 8, episode 10, New Kids on the Block. So we start off with this episode with Nell going to her husband's, Chris Fletcher's office. Okay. So she's going over to Fletcher's office. I guess it's just his real estate office. Whatever. So they are chatting with each other, and he tells her that he actually, coincidence, out of all the clients that he is actually right now at this moment finding something for Moses and Sonny. So now you have Nell like, well, did you run it by Destiny? You know, the situation that you and Destiny already have. Chris clearly don't give two damns about Destiny because when somebody wanted to come record her home with all her stuff still in it, he allowed that. When her ex and his new bitch want to come find a house, he's allowing it. So it's a pattern here. Chris don't give a damn. Chris is messy. Chris don't give a damn about Destiny now, and you know that. But Nell goes on to show, like, you know, did you say something to Destiny? Did you ask Destiny? Because I believe Nell actually has some type of friendship with Destiny. But Chris say, do I have to check in with Destiny? I didn't know I have to check in with Destiny every time, you know, I'm selling the house. Of course he's gonna pull that. But we all know, like, out of respect, somebody would want that. But whatever. But Nell was like, I'm not even here for that. I really wanted to talk to you about the kids. And basically, they spending up all the money. I can see it. They all look like grown ass kids. And they all look like they live off their mama and daddy. They all like every last one of them look like that. And when the stepdaughter came out, the stepdaughter said something about Nell and Chris money. I always wondered, it's like when you get on these reality shows and you're front facing and you're spending all this money, people are going to just wonder, rightfully so, where does this money come from? Because you have a child care, you have a real estate business, but I'm just going to move on and say the daughter was saying something. I remember seeing the daughter's interview and her saying something about how they get their money and if they just start getting money and something like that or something like that. Do y'all got enough money just to be paying for y'all kids' life like that? Do y'all? Do y'all? Do y'all? Like, do y'all have money like that? It's what I want to know. But I said, ain't no telling how much they paying for them grown ass kids. And yeah, so Nell feel like this taking a toll on her. They feel like, and most parents, I feel like I see that commonly. It's not just Nell and Chris taking care of their kids. They have a lot of kids that they taking care of. But normally parents with, especially a big family with multiple kids, they help them out. But it seems like it's just more than helping them out. It's helping them live. Like, they're not being grown. That's what it seems like to me. I can be judging. I can It's just my opinion of what my perspective is when I see on the TV. They look like grown ass kids. Every single last one of them. The youngest son looked like Nell though. He looked just like Nell, and the youngest daughter looked just like Nell too. But yeah, so that's that, and we're gonna touch more on that later at the end of the episode. So now, of course, he's got to help the Martell house. Of course. I'm like, who want Martell's small ass house? Like, who would want Martell's small ass house? Okay. Um, yeah. So I said, of course, they are all meeting at Martell's property that he just showed us, that he keeps showing us, that he is so very proud of. Kudos to Martell. Let's give him a hand clap for building this house. He is so proud, it seems like. So, of course, we are going to Martell's property. And Chris is approaching, and he's saying that he got a seller, that he wants to show the house. Of course, Martell is acting like he don't know it's Sonny and Moses. But of course, we all know that he knows that it's Sonny and Moses. I don't know why they try to play us. They're not that good of actors and actresses for us to go along with the lies. Like, okay, whatever. So I just said it's messy. And yeah, Martell just acting so oblivious like he don't know. But he ends up asking, so who is this for? Like, is this for them two or whatever? And Chris ends up explaining that to him who is coming to see the house. So he tries to have some type of stance, but it doesn't hold up too well at all. It doesn't hold up too well at all with his stance on him being Destiny's friend. So I'm sorry, y'all. I had to. It was a notification I had been waiting on. But yeah, so Martell, I think when it comes to him and Destiny's friendship, and I was waiting on this. Like, I was waiting on this moment to see how he reacts. Because I felt like Destiny was going so hard for Martell. Like, with him and Melody, she just went hell bent on. And that niggas embarrass you every time. Like, even your friends, it's just like, she was just so, like, hell bent on having Martell's back because she knew Martell first. And she was going up against Melody, like, about Martell. We all seen it. She tried to have Melody back as much as she could, but she was a real friend to Martell. So for us to see the roles are reversed and us to see how hurt Destiny is off this situation and how willing Martell is to smooth it over with Sonny and Moses is crazy. It's crazy. But what more should we expect from Martell? What more? What more should we expect from Martell? I don't know. So they're talking. Not Stormy. Sonny is explaining how they want kids, they want a house, they want to move to Alabama. Out of all places, they want to move to Alabama. Of course they do. Of course they want to move to Alabama. So they walking around. You can tell Sonny is not too crazy about the house. I mean, who would be too crazy about the house? They're walking around. They're doing this all for the show, baby. All for the show. They're looking at the house. They're looking at the backyard. They talk about how they want to move from St. Louis or whatever. So they come out in the front, and Martell start asking them questions about what happened to Destiny and how he understands their side of the story now. When Martell says he understands their side of the story now. But if Moses come back and do something to Destiny, he ride with Destiny to the end. Martell, whatever make you sleep good at nights and make you think that you're being a good friend to Destiny, then kudos and so be it. Kudos and so be it. Did y'all peep that when Sonny was talking to Kimmy later on in the episode when they was at dinner, she was like, yeah, Martell was cool. Martell was cool. I don't think Martell was just cool. He tried to have some type of stance, but it wasn't enough. Like, that is your friend. Like, but nobody is really like, I feel like Stormy is doing a better job than they are. Like, it's just, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me, but we're going to move on from that. I said, if anybody knows you can't help who you fall in love with, it's gonna be Martell. And I feel like he basically now is finally admitting that he was in love with Ariana. And he said, you can't help who you fall in love with. I was in love with another person, but of course I ended up being married or whatever. I'm just like, so he was in love with her now. Why can't Martell marry Ariana? If y'all know that, drop down in the comments. If you so in love with this girl, and you were in love with this girl, you risked your family for this girl, you had babies with this girl, you want to be married again, what is wrong with Ariana? Like, why is that's the number one contestant? Like, if y'all, like, I just be baffled by that. Like, if y'all know, drop down in the comments. Like, let's just take a quick break and take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment. Like, y'all, it's been a slow pace for me, but I gotta keep it going. But y'all support and y'all engagement really do go a long way. So just a like or a subscribe really, really would make my day. Yeah, I said if anybody can relate, it's gonna be Martell. If anybody can relate. Yeah, but I said at the end of my notes, I said Martell is definitely not going as hard for Destiny as she went for him. And that's just how I feel about it. That's just how I feel about it. So now Martell meets up with Stormy at her warehouse. Stormy warehouse looks nice. She's moving. I love Stormy with the curly afro. I really do. So he meets up at the warehouse. They make little jokey jokes. He say, I'm about to fall. Oh, I'm about to, whatever. And then Stormy was just like, don't play with me like that, Martell. Stormy seemed like she genuinely likes Martell. Not like that, of course, but she seemed like she just cool. Like, he's cool. He's cool people, whatever. So now, Martell says that they talk about Trish, and Stormy tells him that it just seemed like he was a little bit more than which I was saying. Everybody else feels that way. But Martell ends up telling us now that she's came over to the house a couple times. It just seemed like, Martell, you're coming out with something new every other episode about this situation just to keep it going. Like, it seems like now she came over your house a couple times. Now you slid in her DM and she came to your house a couple times. That's why I'm glad that Ken wasn't so oblivious at the bowling alley. So oblivious. It was like, whatever y'all had going on before me, that's on y'all. Like, because it's something. Everybody knows it's something. And now you're bringing up to Stormy that y'all, she done came up to the crib a couple times. So this had to be in recent years, because I know she didn't come up to the house when you and Melody stayed. So this had to be within the recent years of your divorce. So she came over your house when she was still married? So she came over your house when she was with Ken? Was she single? That's why I don't like Trish. That's why I don't like Trish, y'all. I feel like Trish is full of it. I feel like, and when we see, and what, y'all, I'm trying to keep a level tone. When I seen that husband, I knew what I said was right. And I'm going to repeat it again. Trish is a woman that has been scorned. I feel like that. Did y'all see the husband? He remind me of somebody I know, baby. He remind me of somebody I know. Not personally, but baby. I knew it. Y'all. I knew that from the jump. Trish probably got cheated on and ran through and ragtag that ass with her husband. She was finally fed up and wanted to have her hot girl years. Period. She said she come back off the top. And that's when she just was doing her thing, baby. Out here doing her thing. And then she finally met Ken. She was trying to tap into all the boy toys around Huntsville, because she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Martell got tap dance on. Then she tap dance on Ken. Ken was supposed to be just a fun time. Just how her husband been having fun times for years. I think Ken was supposed to be a fun time, and she ended up really liking Ken. And now we're here. And I don't think she could see the divorce. Did y'all see that damn husband? Are y'all crazy? Like, did we see the husband? We'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, like I said, Martell brings up something new about the situation just to keep it going. I do like that Stormy brushed over him saying when they started talking about Stormy's relationship with Melody and how Melody was at the Galentine's Day because Martell was there. So Martell is coming up and saying, basically first I'm skipping over some stuff. So first they both talk about how they both got arrested for the same charge or whatever. And Martell is explaining to Stormy like that's wrong. Like he don't think that's right. He don't think I agree with Stormy. Like it should be certain things in place. That's not fair that somebody can just do that to you. Like it's just too easy for you to have to go through that whole process. It's just too easy to me. So I get it. So Martell, of course, he said anybody. No, I can only imagine what they be terrorizing, how they be terrorizing Martell. I can only imagine. Martell probably used to it by now, but Martell deserves it. Everybody else, I don't really know, but Martell deserves the whatever he be getting from the millimeters. But I'm glad that Stormy brushed over him saying how he don't understand how Melody couldn't be at the Galentine's Day when she was just at the daughter's school. That's the daughter's school. The lady trying to keep a level head for kids. Like, that's the school. That's the school, y'all kids that y'all both have. Like, who wouldn't want their kids to see their dad and their mom at their school stuff? Like, who would want to put that on the kids? Like, that's not the same as voluntarily going out to a regular ass party gathering and going to our kids' school to support our child. I just think that's two different scenarios. I don't think you can compare. I think that's apples and oranges. Like, going to a party with you in the same facility as you and going to my child's recital or anything. I just think that's two different things. I have to see you there. I have to interact with you when it comes to these kids. But when this comes to parlaying, I don't have to do that with you. So I'm glad that Stormy just like brushed over him saying it because that doesn't make sense. And I just don't think that's the same. But we all knew Stormy and Melody was at odds. I feel like after Stormy came on and she let Melody goddamn film that music video at her house, and after she fought for her with Destiny, baby, Melody didn't have nothing else to do. Baby, Melody didn't have nothing else for you, Stormy. We all knew that was at odds. This nothing new. Melody does that. Like, that's nothing new. I'm just trying to elaborate on Melody and Stormy. Like, I just think Melody does that with all her friends. Yeah. And we're gonna take a moment just to say rest in peace to KEKE because I really hate that. When I heard the news, I was so shocked. I was shocked, y'all. Like, I was shocked. I was like, what? No, KEKE. No. Like, I was just like, and it just, this show is kind of, yeah. It was a lot. And just to see her last moments on the show, how it was, like, I don't know. It does seem like the show is getting dark. After he's death, like, it's getting kind of dark. So I'm trying to see what kind of turn it's going to make later on in the season. I have not seen Melody post. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I have not seen Melody post anything about KEKE. I have not seen Letitia. She just said, keep prayers. You see all these rumors on YouTube. It's just, I can't believe it. Like, y'all, I had to take a moment because it's just like, I can't believe it. I just was very hurt about KEKE. It really shocked me. I was not expecting it. So, I'm just taking this moment right here to say rest in peace to KEKE. Peace over her kids and her family. And I hope that she is just flying in the wind. I hope she's at peace. And yeah. Like, that was heavy. That was heavy. That was heavy. I really hate that for KEKE. Like, that's all I can find the words to say right now, because just knowing how the show, like, and I just felt like I felt like the light, even this season, the light that they showed KEKE in, it was just distasteful. It was just distasteful. And I'm going to leave it right there. And I'm just say rest in peace, KEKE. And maybe we can elaborate a little later on. But yeah. Rest in peace, KEKE, my girl, KEKE girl. So now, it just seems like Moses and Stormy is going on this world tour to make amends with everybody. It is cringy to watch. It's just cringy to watch. And Kimmy just says that she's torn. And if she says what she's saying, if what she's saying is true, with Sunny being there for her when she was going through her, cancer situation or journey. Sorry, y'all. I can see why she's torn. I can understand it to a certain extent, because I just think Sunny is a clout chaser. So they're moving. I said they're moving to Huntsville because they're clout chasers. Out of all the places in the world, you move to Huntsville. Clout chasing assholes. Like, clout chasing assholes. So Moses goes on to just elaborate more about him being incarcerated and his life and what he do. And Marie said he understands their relationship a little bit more because of what Moses has been through and why he want to go through everything fast. And I put notes down that I need to look up the rules and laws in Alabama about IVF, because I'm curious now. That's the second time. First, we heard Miss Betty say something about, the rules and laws with just pregnancy and all that in Alabama. And then now you hear Marie. So I was just like, I just want to dive into that and just get information on that, because I just didn't know it was that bad in Alabama. I just didn't know. If y'all have any information about it that y'all can share with me, I will be more than willing to read it. And yeah, like, I'm just curious, because it's like the second time. So I was just curious. I just wrote that down. Now Maurice, after meeting with them, he says that he thinks Sunny and Moses are equally yoked. He thinks they're a perfect match. He understands it. He thinks that, Sunny is the leader. I can see that too. He thinks that Sunny is the leader. Because Moses has made some bad choices in his past. They go on and on about how they from the same town in St. Louis. Well, why y'all didn't know each other? If y'all from the same little city in St. Louis and y'all family know each other, his family grew up with your family, you ain't never seen this man before? You ain't never know him? I mean, he was in prison, but it just some don't add up about their little story. And then their chemistry, like their aura, like it just the energy between the two, it just don't be there for me. I don't know why. Like, you can tell when somebody has this sexual energy and loving energy and caring energy, and it's just like this fire in between each other. Like, it's just romance. Like, even like couples have it. Like, it's just something. They don't have that. It's not there. That's why I think it's just an act. It's just a scheme and an act that Carlos made up to come with us with the movie. And I feel like they could have had something on this episode. Like, maybe I didn't see it, but they could have had something to honor KEKE, like in loving memory at the end of this episode. Like, you know how people pass away and they say at the end of an episode, in loving memory of KEKE. Like, I think they should have had something like that. I didn't see it. Maybe I'll go back and rewatch the end, but yeah. So then they keep talking, and Kimmy is saying that she's going to invite her to this open house thingy, and she goes on to say, well, I would have worked with you, but y'all already picked Chris, and they say that inside the papers, of course, and they could work with them. But it's just real weird. Just imagine you on this reality show. You got this producer that's appointed to you. You share your information with her. You think she's your friend. This bitch ended up taking your man, Move to the city you live in that you done built a life at. Get on the show that you on. Try to have a world tour with all your friends. And make your friends her friends. And make your friends understand her side. I would be like, ain't this about a bitch? Now ain't this about a bitch? If you want my life, just say that. Like, girl, if you want my life, just say that. Like, just say that. Like, just say that. Girl, so we gonna end the episode. We're gonna get past this real fast because I wasn't interested. But Nell and Chris had the kids over or whatever. Nell was cooking lasagna, baby. All the grown ass, big ass kids. They look like they 30. Grown ass kids come over or whatever, and Nell get to talk about how she paying for too much stuff. Nell, let's talk about how you getting all this money to pay for all this much stuff. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in this. I'm just not. These grown ass kids. Nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that. Like, they should have some business about themselves. But that's just my opinion. So the kids come in, and Nell ends up saying that the only people that she gonna put before her is her grandkids, and I guess she only has grandkids with a light skinned son. And Kiki, or not, is her name Kiki? She felt offended by it because I guess she has kids. You can kind of tell from the energy that maybe she was taken in by Nell and Chris, but for your parents to be still alive, that's a lot to put on that lady. Like, look at it from that lady's standpoint. She got all these damn kids that's dependent on her, plus her niece and her kids. Like, that's a lot. Like, that's a lot to put on this one lady. Like, I can understand why she's stressed like that. And then you a niece. I understand that you might have difficulties with your parents, but your parents are alive. Like, you are grown. I could see if you were 16, but you are grown. Baby, get some business about yourself. Like, she got 5 kids in front of you. Do the lady supposed to put, like, I understand that you are a part of the you think you probably lived with this lady once before. She probably really take care of you. I would just appreciate that point, like, and not make it selfishly about me, like, and my kids. Because you don't have a mom and dad, but you grown as hell. So I wasn't interested, y'all. I really wasn't that interested in that conversation. I'm just not here for shit like that. But she started crying. They talk about they need to go to therapy. Of course, the therapist is Dr. Francis. Oh, it's just all this. They just think we fools, but it just all ties in together, baby. It just all ties in together. But of course, the therapist will be Dr. Francis, and yeah, that's all I got from this. And y'all really can't get too much from me from that little scene. But rest in peace to Kiki, man. Rest in peace to Kiki, man. I thought we was gonna see more of Kiki. I thought Kiki was gonna make a comeback. I just knew Melody was gonna try to shade her. I just knew that she was probably gonna team up with Tisha and let Melody ass have it. Like, I don't know, but I want to keep Tisha in my prayers because it gotta be a lot. It gotta be a lot to have your cousin come on this show and everything that happened and everything y'all done went through, and you just think y'all have time, and it's just heavy. It's just heavy. So, rest in peace to Kiki. Y'all have a good Monday. And I will see y'all on episode 11. Please get in the likes, comment, subscribe, and have a good day, y'all. See y'all later. Bye.